Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Tyler Simone Newman, and I'm an incoming freshman at Stanford University, and the founder of the Year of Mastery, a program for gap year students to unlock their fullest potential through 12 months of passion exploration. If you'd like to get involved with the Year of Mastery, whether that's becoming a part of our staff team, joining our Gap Year Collective group chat, or joining our first cohort of Year of Mastery students, then follow the links in the description box below. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So why did I decide to go on a gap year? I boiled it all down to 5 reasons. Number 1, safety. As I mentioned before, I'll be attending Stanford University, and around the time I was making my gap year decision, which was around mid-June, COVID-19 cases had been super high in California. And since I'd be moving across the country to attend school, my parents really didn't feel comfortable having me be so far away from home with the uncertainty and health risks that COVID-19 brought. At first, I was super bummed because I'd been looking forward to this chapter of my life for so long, and I didn't really want to put it on hold. But I got some really good advice from a friend who told me that school would always be there, and there was no rush to attend university when the circumstances weren't optimal. I want to pause and say that not everyone has the luxury of taking a gap year, and there are a lot of financial considerations, family obligations, etc. that need to be taken into account. However, for the people that have the option to take a gap year on the table, I'd say seriously consider it. Hopefully next year the COVID-19 situation will be a thing of the past and you can have the freshman year experience you've been looking forward to for so long. Number 2, career exploration. In high school, I was that person that did everything under the sun. I founded 3 clubs and organizations, was the president of a few others, volunteered, was the editor for the school newspaper, and more. I had so many interests and passions that it was hard to dive deeply into all of them. I didn't know what I wanted to do in terms of a college major, let alone what I wanted to do as my future career. This is where my company, the Year of Mastery, comes in. I always thought, how cool would it be if I could really explore all the things that I'm interested in? All those childhood dreams and goals I had for myself that often got put on the back burner due to school and extracurriculars. My gap year was my chance to finally figure out what interests I had that really meant the most to me and which ones had the potential for future careers. Whether you apply to join one of the Year of Mastery cohorts and join students from around the world as they complete one skill-based challenge a month to explore their interests, build their career experience, and connect with industry professionals through our mentorship outreach training, or you decide to go solo and define career exploration on your own terms. This year can be the difference between you beginning your freshman year totally clueless as to your interest in career prospects, or entering confident and focused, able to easily decide where you will focus your energy because you know what you want and where your career path will take you. Number 3, self-discovery. Let's be honest, we're all on the cusp of adulthood. Though some of us may be 18, we still don't fully understand who we are as individuals, let alone what we may want for the future. The time from high school to college is a transition. You really start to develop who you are and who you will be during those college years. How awesome would it be to do some of that soul searching during your gap year so that you come to college with a more defined sense of who you are, what you want out of college, and what you want out of life. I know that this is super deep, but the best way to take advantage of your college experience is to know what you want out of it. Many of us just go into college without thinking of our intentions. Being intentional about everything in your life is so important. For me, my gap year has been a time for me to think long and hard about my own intentions. For example, in college, I only want to cultivate relationships that positively impact and grow me, and make me feel better when I'm around those people. Just conversation that goes beyond the surface level, laughter, integrity, consistency, and spontaneous adventures. How you spend your time is important, and having a clear idea of what and who you want to spend your time with in college and in life is vital so that you don't get sidetracked by experiences that don't align with your values. Get an understanding of who you are and what you want out of life during this time so that when you start college, you can start it with confidence and clarity. Number 4, networking. This one is the most important yet underrated argument for taking a gap year. If someone hasn't already told you, networking is king. Out of many of the experiences you will have in life, whether it is getting word of an internship, job opportunity, etc., you will hear of most of these things through other people. One of the most important things in life that you can be is well-connected. It allows you to always be on the cusp of what's next, be able to more easily be considered and picked for opportunities, and most importantly, pay it forward for others and help your community. The idea of networking goes hand in hand with the vital skill of asking for what you want. I learned this lesson early with my mother, who was an inspirational problem solver in both her career and everyday life, and never took no for an answer. Thanks to her, I'm rarely afraid of putting myself out there. And as soon as I submitted my gap year proposal, I began to cold email and message professionals I admired in fields I was interested in through LinkedIn and my university's alumni mentoring program. This led to dozens of meaningful phone calls and a connection with a figure that has become my long-term mentor. Networking is not only important in terms of careers, but also in terms of building strong and meaningful relationships. Build your networking habits early and ask for what you want. You never know what you might get. Number 5, a unique opportunity. Lastly, taking a gap year, especially during this time, is such a unique opportunity. Just think, when else in your life are you going to get a whole year to invest in the things you're passionate about? When you go to college, you will most likely get caught up in your schoolwork, making friends, and devoting time to extracurriculars. Post-college, you might be looking to start your career or attend graduate school. Then comes work, relationships, and the list can go on and on. In life, don't get so caught up with the paths you feel you should be taking that you forget about you, what you're passionate about, and what you could become if you just give yourself some time during a gap year to figure things out. As I said at the beginning of this video, when I first made the decision to take a gap year, I was less than thrilled to be stuck at home for another year with seemingly no structure to my days. What would I even do during a gap year? I'd ask myself daily. However, I've come to embrace my gap year for the gift that it is. I see this step as a start to a life of truly getting in touch with who I am and challenging convention with creativity. Gap years don't have to consist of backpacking across Europe or participating in an abroad service trip. Sometimes being forced to be at home can encourage you to unearth more about yourself than you could have ever imagined. If you're looking for a gap year program, please be sure to apply to the Year of Mastery cohorts via the link in the description box below. And if you're looking to connect and exchange resources with other gap year students, join our Gap Year Collective group chat. The link is also in our description box below. This is the end of my gap year spiel. Comment down below if this video helped you and whether or not you're taking a gap year too. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Whether you take a gap year or not, this year is yours to master.